Hello and welcome to another week's Weekly Wonder. My name is Steve M. Nash from selfhelpcollective.com and smnash.com. I'm redoing the Weekly Wonders I recorded in 2010 and 11 with wisdom of 5 years later and an inside-out understanding that makes sense of the world in a way that I never knew possible. And I'm filming it in my conservatory. Sorry about that. And I'm filming it in my conservatory from a slightly different angle, so you have the brick wall of my house behind me. And the quote I'm speaking about today is one I shared the first time round when I visited Australia, Melbourne, Australia, for the first and only time. This is the quote. "The traveller sees what he sees. The tourist sees what he has come to see." Author unknown. The traveller sees what he sees. The tourist sees what he has come to see. I went to Thailand in the 90s with my then girlfriend, Louise. I didn't know much about Thailand. I don't think I went there with a guidebook. It was Louise's idea to go. I just wanted to go somewhere new, somewhere I'd never been before. And I found a very friendly people. Something I found that I wasn't expecting to find, because I had no experience of Thai food when I went to Thailand, was I was just blown away by how delicious the food was and how colourful and different the fruit were there. But really, the street food, I had no idea how lovely Thai food was. And it's been a bit of a disappointment when I've come back to this country, UK, and I've gone to a Thai restaurant, because I've never quite had the same experience eating food, Thai food, as I did when I just ate this food on the streets. Just food that was cooked for locals and tourists, fresh, quickly, delicious. Now, if I'd have gone with a guidebook, if I'd have looked at the guidebook, if I'd have found out what to look for, then I may have gone there knowing the food was good, looking out for the food. And maybe my experience of the food would have been as positive. Or maybe I would have been disappointed because the descriptions of food would have been so fantastic. I thought, oh, gotta eat the food. And maybe I'd have been disappointed with that expectation. I genuinely did not know about anything about Thai food, and I was genuinely impressed. Now, this is interesting when it comes to travelling, but it's also how we do life. You know, there's an expression, taking as you find. I take this person as I found them. So somebody could tell you about a person, a man or a woman, and they could say wonderful things about them, or they could say really horrible things about them. Something bad happened in their marriage, or there's something happened at school involving this person, or they had an argument on the street. And it colours your opinion of that person. So when you speak to them for the first time, you're already thinking about these other opinions, versus just seeing what that person is like in the moment. Sometimes it's useful to be guided as being a tourist. Sometimes it is useful to know where to visit, the good restaurants, the great views, where not to go, the dangerous parts of the city. Sometimes it's good to be guided. And sometimes it's good to guide yourself in the moment. And there's a fine line. Are you reckless and just know nothing about somewhere? Are you cosseted and don't do anything that the book, the guidebook, or your friends tell you not to do? There's a fine line. This is what I think this quote's talking about. The traveller sees what he sees. The tourist sees what he has come to see. There is a virtue in being a traveller and there is a virtue in being a tourist. Can you see that? It is not healthy to be a traveller only or a tourist only. Mix and match, perhaps. Mix and match, perhaps. The traveller's life is more adventurous, contains more risks, will have more dead ends, but will have much more excitement, newness. And when you go somewhere not expecting the worst, just open. When you meet somebody not expecting the worst, just open. Sometimes you are so surprised at what you can experience. Every human being is flawed. You speak about somebody to a friend or to somebody that knows that person. You speak about that person and it will be possible to hear a bad story about them, where they didn't live by their values, or they were hypocritical, or they just lost it in a way that surprised you. There's nobody that this hasn't happened to, including you and including me. But to meet that person knowing this badness, this darkness, this fallibility, versus to meet a person open in the moment. It's a very wonderful gift to give someone. It brings the best out of somebody. It brings the best out of yourself. So I understand the tourist point of view. I understand it, and I am a tourist. I stay safe when I travel places. I stay safe when I meet people for the first time. But the traveller's life really is the life that we're meant to lead, I believe, as much as we're able. To see things new versus to see things as we expect them to be. That's what I think today. A grey day in September 2015. Be interested to know what you think about being a traveller or a tourist, or taking as you find. I'd be interested to know what you think about those sentiments and this quote by author unknown. The traveller sees what he sees. The tourist sees what he has come to see. Author unknown. Thank you for watching, and please leave comments wherever you see this video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.